Okay, Destiny, how you doing? Got your work up here? Okay, so computer critter Chris, yes, it's assembled correctly now. I've checked all of you've got your backgrounds intact, so that's great. So everything is masked out correctly here in this file. That's great, good job. So we've got the head, we've got the body, the shoulders, the arms, and the little mouse hand here. But on this side, we just have the keyboard. I'm wondering if we don't use the keyboard for like the biceps or the arm between the shoulder and the elbow, and we could do it on both sides maybe, and then have the wires come out to be the actual hands. I don't know. It would entail reducing the size of the keyboard, and maybe fitting it right in there on both sides. And then I think it would make more sense though that we had these kind of wiry arms with the mouse hands. Then this hand over here just kind of stops. It's just kind of like just a keyboard. So this is more realistic. I think it's a lot more believable as an arm than just a keyboard. And the only other recommendation I have here is to add a face in here somehow with computer parts, or somehow get a face in here. Maybe even remember the old Mac face. Hang on, let me find it. I got it right here. I found it. It's this guy right here. I don't know if you remember that guy right there. Maybe we could get that in there. Maybe that would be kind of cool to be in there. But anyways, so and then the only other thing is maybe add some feet, something for feet. I don't know. Maybe mouse feet. More mouses for feet and hands. Maybe that would be cool too. And then the computer critter, Chris, is really super light in color. And don't forget, eventually we're going to be adding a background to this piece. So. But the good thing is that I think this is a really great computer font, so it really fits in nicely with the concept. So I'm really happy with what you've done here. I think it's good. I think one thing I would recommend at this point is doing some adjustments on individual layers. For example, let's come over here to the mouse, and I'm just going to click command click that so we get that. Now what we can do right here is we're going to clip an adjustment layer to that. So what we'll do is with the mouse hand selected, I'll come down here to my adjustment layers. I'll click that and I'll say levels. And then in that levels layer, I'm just going to right click and I'm going to say create clipping mask. And that's going to clip that mask right to the mouse hand. And then with that, I can bring my properties out and we can show you how to lighten up that mouse. See how it's only affecting the mouse itself? Okay, and that's a cool technique. And we can do the same thing with the shoulders. Let's take that shoulder right there, for example. So we take that shoulder right there, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to create a new adjustment layer. Do levels for now. And then right-click levels and create clipping mask, so that clips to the shoulder. Then we'll come to properties, and we'll lighten up that shoulder. See how it lightens up that shoulder a little bit? And I think that's a really cool technique you can do in all of your, in a lot of your different layers. Here's the keyboard. Let's create a clipping mask there, lighten up that keyboard a little bit. See what I mean? It's a really cool technique, and it's a wonderful way to isolate different parts of your creature to add different adjustments to individual parts of the creature without adjusting the whole creature. Again, that's clipping mask. Okay, let's move to your okay, the textbook exercise. I understand you had some difficulties with this, but the good thing is this: the hair looks great. Good job selecting the hair. You've got the added image with the clipping, the adjustment layer clipped to the flower. That's great. Then you have the shadow. That's great. So everything here is looking pretty good. There's a couple of things missing. Got your hue saturation level to the glasses. I'm not real sure exactly how you did that. Maybe it's quick mask, but that's good. Then the only thing I'm seeing that's missing is the fact that you haven't colored his hair. Remember at the end of the video, she shows you how to select the hair and based on channels and add an adjustment layer to that. I know it looks like over here like you've got the hair selected, but if I click that hair, it looks like you have selected that hair based on when his head was tilted back. So that's another thing that's missing is that puppet warp. Remember the puppet warp where you come over here, you say, click the model layer, and come to edit puppet warp, and then start laying your then come over to the pivot point, click that, and then hold your option key down and then go ahead and move his head back. Okay that. So, oh, I see. And then the glasses stay. Oh, okay. So one of the workarounds of that is do the puppet warp, then do the glasses. So instead of doing the glasses first, wait till you warp the head, then do the glasses, and that'll rectify that problem. I see why you did that. Okay. The only final issue I'm seeing is right here. It seems like you've got some issues here. Right here, if you take a look at the shadow, there's a hole in the shadow. When we look over here, and there's some holes in the model too. I'm not real sure how that happened, but that would have to be something that would have to be adjusted as well. So not bad at all. I understand you have difficulties, but listen, you know, Photoshop is something that you just have to practice over and over and over and over and over. And there's just no way around it. I mean, you just really have to keep practicing. I remember when I was learning Photoshop, I spent days on end without sleeping, just going through the techniques and getting so frustrated. And then finally it just clicks, you know, you start really getting it. And I think that's the point where you're at right now, is you just got to really, really sit back and just really understand it. It takes a lot of time to understand this stuff. It really takes a lot of time and effort. So, all right, so there's where you have it. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thanks.